Hey everybody, and welcome to Spectra. This is a twitchy racing game, same vein as, say, Audio Surf. I'm probably going to make some Audio Surf comparisons like all over the video, so get ready for that. This is a game that just came out, I think, Friday, by Gateway Interactive, published by Mastertronic. I'll get full disclosure right out of the gate here. I'm looking at it with a review code that I received from a, as far as I know, third-party PR firm. I personally don't know anybody at Gateway Interactive or at Mastertronic, so that's where my biases lie. I didn't pay for the game. So let's get in here right away. I gotta click on the screen before the controller works. Alright, so Spectra. What is Spectra? Well, first of all, it has no options menu. There's a small options menu when you first boot up that lets you pick screen resolution, window to full screen, and quality between low, medium, and high. Right now I've got it on low quality at the smallest resolution just because otherwise OBS has problems with encoding it while I'm playing. But I've played it on high. I've got a relatively old computer, kind of not super up to date, and it plays more than fine on high settings. Even while recording, the game itself plays fine. It's just OBS has problems with it. So yeah, this is kind of like, I have no other comparison of this game other than to compare it to, and I'm going to go to the first track here and just start playing it. No other comparison to really make besides Audio Surf. I hope you can hear the soundtrack there. Okay, I've been spending like a half hour now messing with the settings. I'm playing with a controller. It probably plays fine on keyboard as well. I think I prefer the controller. I haven't really tried the keyboard, but it seems like the kind of game I would prefer the controller for. So yeah, looking at it, it kind of looks like Audio Surf, doesn't it? I'm sure there's other games you can compare it to. Whoops. Okay, I want to shut that off later. That was an accident. So first of all, you're probably enjoying the bitching soundtrack in the background. This is by, oh, I'm going to probably kill myself by tabbing over to look at my notes here, but it is, whoa, still alive, okay, perfect, shit, oh, okay, well, now we'll do it again. The soundtrack is by Chipzel, that's his name. He's the same guy who did and I hope it's, shoot. Apparently I'm not very good at the game. Same guy who did the soundtrack for Terry Kavanagh's Super Hexagon, and, oh my god, I cannot drive and talk at the same time, apparently. Oh, here we go, okay. So same guy who did the soundtrack for Super Hexagon, which had an amazing soundtrack, and a lot of the, press stuff out there, like Steam page, all the, like, Splash descriptions for it, they're all saying, oh man, great soundtrack by same guy who did Super Hexagon soundtrack, and honestly, it's pretty damn good. One other thing they're pumping is procedural level generation, so every time I go through this level, it's going to be differently, it's going to look different. Even though the soundtrack, the background music is going to be the same, the course itself is going to change, so I can't memorize it, which is probably why it sucks so bad. It controls great. There's some interesting mechanics it has that Audio Surf does not, and interesting things that Audio Surf does that it does not. You might have noticed the score in the corner, much like Audio Surf. It's kind of a score attack thing. I think my biggest gripe is probably the fact that, despite how great Chipzel's soundtrack is here, I feel like procedural level generation is not going to carry this for me. Like, you've got, I forget how many tracks it is, and then that's like it. It's going to be the same songs, whereas Audio Surf, you can put any music in the background, it's going to be generated to the music. This is not any of that. It does say procedural music generation on the, say, Steam page or anywhere else you look at it, but that is actually just the case of, the soundtrack already in the game and the levels corresponding to that. They're still going to like match up roughly with the soundtrack, but they're going to be different every time. You cannot import your own songs. You're only stuck with playing with Chipzel's soundtrack, which I've got really no beef with that. If I'm going to play something like this, I would prefer to be able to change my soundtrack. mechanically, it does some interesting things that Audio Surf just doesn't. I mean, there's a reason I don't really play Audio Surf anymore. It's mostly just me listening to my music while playing some semblance of a game beside it. Oh, I was doing well there, I think. So, in a similar vein, it's you have to dodge certain things, you have to collect other things by running into them. When I first, there's like no tutorialization as far as I could see. And when I first boot up the game, the purple obstacles, I couldn't tell if I was supposed to collect those or run through them like they were speed boosts or dodge them or what. And so I just kind of played assuming they were obstacles, and I'm smashing into them here so you can see exactly what it is I'm talking about. And totally not because I'm bad at it. But I assumed they would be obstacles, walls that you're supposed to dodge. And I was right, that's what they are. But it has this interesting mechanic, I'm going to call it like a wall grazing, and I'm trying to do it here. You'll see, if you look in the top right hand corner, as I pass really close to a wall, you see the nice bar there, nice exclamation mark plus 35. That's if you get right up close against the wall without hitting it, you just kind of graze the wall, you get bonus points for that, which is actually pretty interesting. If you've ever played, say, a Toho game, they've got I'm pretty sure it's called like a Just Graze or something in Toho, where you have a hitbox that's like a pixel large in the center of your sprite, and you've got the whole sprite around it, and if something is in your sprite, and it's like a bullet hits your sprite but it doesn't hit your hitbox, you get like a Just Graze and get extra score for it. They've kind of carried that thing over here where you're encouraged to play dangerously right up against the wall. But you have to be good to do that. You see me trying here and I'm just hitting every wall. And we'll just go to the next level here. Track 2, Tokyo Skies. Alright, so another thing it does is in the air. When there's a corner like this, you can fall off, and I'm doing it there and dying doing it, but we'll try again. If you go off the level, as long as there are these orange sides, you see these orange bits here, if I touch these, boom, it's like touching a wall. They're little bumpers. If you just drive off the side and drive back on them, trying to do it here, it's better on a corner, so here, no, I screwed up again. No, here I can probably do it. Yeah, there we go. If you just come off the side just a little bit, you get an air bonus. And it's easiest to do it on corners. The best place to do it is, and I'm hoping one pops up soon, but it doesn't look like it, is, you probably saw them in the last level, where you have these, like a split path, fork, and you could jump off either of those rails above, and then come down, and you would carry an air bonus for doing it. I'm going to do it here, boom, and then I'll do it, there. And you see that, as far as I can tell, the longer you're in the air, the bigger your air bonus is. And so you can gather points by like doing some really stylistic things. Audio Surf just like doesn't allow it. Audio Surf either has a bumper the whole time that keeps you from going anywhere near the edge, and if you just try and do it off a straight course, you're gonna die like that. Or you can, I think there's a mode in Audio Surf where you could play with a gutter, where you could like go in and it was like a safe little HOV lane where you didn't have to play for a minute, you could relax. No luck here. In Spectra, you have to... Oh, sick. And I'm just racking up the nices. Oh, I fell off. No. It's too hardcore for that. In Spectra, you can use it to your advantage. You can, like, take a nice here. I tried to pop off the corner there, but I didn't get it. Which I think is really cool. That you can, like, forgo just doing what I'm doing normally and just grabbing the little yellow power-ups for score. You can do kind of tricks and things. You can graze the walls, you can almost fall off the edge, and if you do it well, you can get a ton of points just playing dangerously. Especially on those bits like I just had a second ago there, and I wanted to show it, but my reaction is too slow here, so I'm gonna mess around here a bit. I'm gonna come off here and get some boost there, and then jump over there, get a boost here. And, oh, I got too ballsy there. I might not get past the second level in this video. You can do some really interesting things if you're really skilled, and I think maybe that's what they're going for, is they don't want you to just import your music and just play whatever, more like kind of... I mean, and this isn't to knock Audio Surf, but it gets kind of boring. Like, it's just... You're just playing the same game with, like, a different soundtrack in the background. Yeah, sure, but, like, the level gets harder or easier depending on how intense the song is, and I mean, that's kind of cool, but you know, you play audio surf for a couple hours and you realize you'd just rather play something else while listening to your, like, album or whatever in the background. And this doesn't have that problem. Instead, it's way more skill-based, and if you're the kind of person that wants to play a twitchy racing game that's all about, you know, the score attack and getting the biggest score you can on a level, that probably, like, really appeals to you. I mean, it's appealing to me, and that was kind of what I wanted to talk about earlier, where you're going downhill, you can kind of just jump off the side and come back on. When the levels out, you can get an air bonus there. The easiest way I found to get the air bonus is go around the corners. The last mechanical thing I've noticed is there is a multiplier in the top left-hand corner there. It's a times one with a circle in it. I haven't figured out, because it's hard to watch all of the screen at once, let alone all the screen at once and talk about it, but there is something you can do, and I think it's just the boost pad, it looks like. Yeah, if you hit a boost pad, you get the multiplier to go up, and then there's the little yellow bar there that goes down. Oh shit, killed myself. So timing all your tricks and things like that around the boost pads for the multipliers, you'll see there's, whenever you do a trick, you pick up collectibles, you graze the wall, you get a air combo or whatever, as long as you don't screw it up like I was just doing there, the bar slowly empties, and if you keep doing the same thing, like if you keep picking up a ton of these collectibles, it refills the bar. If you keep getting nice things, you get new nice bars. I should be calling them like grazes or something, but I'm not. If you keep getting air, you get more and more, and you can just kind of fill those bars, and as long as you can time doing all those tricks so that the bars are up while you hit a boost pad, you can start to really rack up score. And so if that's what you're after in a game, you just want a game where you can get a ton of score and just very skill-based kind of game, this is definitely for you. This is like, this will be right up your alley, especially if you're into just sweet chiptune soundtracks. Boom, you got it. So anyway, I'm gonna kill myself one more time. Oh no, I can't do it. Maybe I can, here, let me try and show off my, like, building as big as score as I can with these air bonuses here. Oh, I missed that one. That one too. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I missed that one. Like, I got like a ×9 bonus here, and now it's down to +1, but my score just shot up there. 315 air. Alright, so there's that. I can beat that level if I try, but for now. So there's like achievements in here. I think these are linked to the Steam. Yeah, these are linked to the Steam achievements. I've gotten 2, complete track 1, complete track 2. So these are another thing for you to aim for if you're like not good enough to get score attack. Tracks, I'm not sure how many tracks there are here. I'm seeing 10 here. And I think, is that it? Is it just 10 tracks? It might just be 10 tracks. You can see I've beaten the first 2, done the whole track, and then these ones I just did enough to earn the star to unlock the next progress. You don't even have to finish the song, or finish the track to move on. If you really like audio surf, is Spectra going to be for you? Probably not, because if you really like audio surf, you probably like that you can play a game to the soundtrack. If you really like very intense, skill-based games, Spectra might be up your alley. I think on the Steam page here, they advertise it as, they say here somewhere that where is it? I've got the Steam page up in another thing and I can't find it. Somewhere they mentioned how the procedural level generation, it makes it so you can't memorize the track, and so it's very much skill-based. You can't just memorize where you want to do the different air bonuses, the different wall grazes and stuff like that, because it's all going to be procedurally generated, it's going to be random, you're not going to know what's coming, so you have to think on the fly, you have to just get good. In the most literal of senses, you have to get good. Controller support works great. I mean, you really only need the left analog stick and the A button, so I mean there's a whole lot there. I don't think, as far as I know, there's no leaderboards. I'm not seeing any, unless it's here somewhere. No, I don't see any leaderboards, so you can't really even like compare it to your friends' scores if they also in the game. which I think would be a really nice addition. It would be nice to be able to import your own soundtracks, but I can understand why. It's because they're going in just a different vein. Also, a huge sell of it is Chipzel soundtrack, so if they give you the option to stop playing your Chipzel soundtrack, they kind of lose that big sell, which honestly, the soundtrack is really solid. I can't say that enough. Right now it's on Steam. It's got a 20% off in its opening week sale. I've got it at $7 Canadian with the 20% off. I think full price it's running at $9, something like that. So it's probably like $7.50, $8 American. With 20% off until this Friday. So for the first week, you get 20% off. If you're into, I don't even know other games in this genre. It's really unique. It's really interesting. If you think you like this, give it a shot. I'm enjoying it, and I've never really played anything close to this except Audio Surf. So I'm enjoying it. Yeah, give it a look. I'll have the Steam link in the description of the video below. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.